The Catalan parliament postponed a vote on Tuesday to re-elect Carles Puigdemont, the leader of the movement to break away from Spain last October. The election will determine Puigdemont's presidential status in the restive region. However, Puigdemont cannot be elected without being present. Puigdemont moved to Belgium last October to avoid prosecution in Spain. We have Talking Points analyst Thomas St. Hilaire to tell us what this all means for Catalonia going forward. Thomas, thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, thank you very much.
Now, how does this suspension of the vote impact the relationship between the Catalonian region and Spain as a whole?
Right, well, of course, it's already a very strained relationship. I mean, you've had Spain come out with very strong messaging, saying essentially that you cannot elect a fugitive president. That's kind of been the slogan. On the other hand, in the Catalan and the supporters of Puigdemont who are making the case that, wait, if he's in Belgium, can he kind of Skype in during this election? A very 2018 argument, but again, the argument that's being made. And that's where you're starting to see some of this conflict. So the court ruling that came on Saturday, they went and they tried to settle this, and they unanimously determined that Puigdemont had to be physically present for the vote to take place, obviously upsetting a lot of Puigdemont's most ardent supporters.
Well, let's talk about that court ruling for a second. So if Puigdemont isn't present, what does that mean for not only him, but the members of his party?
Right, well, the court actually already warned members of his party, warned Robert Torrent, the leader of the parliament at the moment, saying, if you try to have this vote without him being physically present, you're going to be held legally accountable for this. So they're already pushing forth a lot of these messages. But again, it's creating a lot of tension for the party. And it's creating this tension because, okay, if Puigdemont's not coming back, should they be looking at another candidate? Obviously, the messaging right now is that the vote was postponed. So the messaging at the moment is we're going to see where this goes, and members of the party are kind of at odds about that.
And is the postponement the reason why Roger Torrent, the Speaker of Parliament, decided to postpone the vote for a regional president as well?
I mean, that was a part of it. The biggest thing, the broader point, was that they didn't feel that there was enough security for Puigdemont to actually have a fair re-election. And this court ruling, at least supporters of Puigdemont are saying, serves as evidence of that. Again, the bigger point too, that and the messaging that's come out of Torrent is that this is a postponement, and that people need to take a step back, and they're going to find a way around this and try to come up with a strategy.
With all the variables to factor in this, what do you think this looks like going forward? What do you think if Puigdemont returns or otherwise?
Well, Puigdemont faces two very big challenges. Obviously, President Rajoy, who's pretty much put forth every single measure that you can possibly imagine to prevent him from being elected. You have the constitutional or emergency actions that have been invoked. You also have police officers that are pretty much surrounding every single government building to ensure that this doesn't happen, that the vote doesn't take place without them knowing. And then you also have the courts, which we've seen. The courts actually, they came out and said if Puigdemont returns, he has to go before the court first before he can even get permission to run. So from all these different angles, it doesn't seem that anything's going to happen soon, but we'll wait and see for sure.
Thomas St. Hilaire, always a pleasure. Thanks for keeping us up to date.
Hey, thank you very much.